The movie begins with the world experiencing a robot apocalypse. The Mitchells drive out of a tunnel and ram into some robots. As they drive away from the robots, Katie, the Mitchell family's eldest child, talks about how the only thing their family has are weaknesses. She compares her dad to a monkey as he screams. The robots continue to pursue them and shoot lasers at them. They then drive through a mall, and Katie says they have no idea what they're doing. 3 days earlier, Katie, a strange girl who is in love with making movies and is very different from other people her age, makes crazy videos in her room. It took her a while to understand herself, and she says the only other person who understands her is her brother Aaron. Aaron also has his strange obsession, which is dinosaurs. Their mom Linda motivates everyone in their family, including their dog. And their dad Rick is a strange man who is interested in technology as the rest of the family. He's never shared the same interests with Katie, and she offers to show him some of her work, but he turns her down. Katie makes an application video and applies for the California College of Film. She sends the video, and after a while, she receives her acceptance letter. Katie jumps around the neighborhood as she celebrates, and she gets in touch with other accepted students who understand her. At the dining table, Linda gives Katie a cupcake meant to look like her, but the icing is melted and it looks scary. Aaron tries feeding their dog, but its eyes point in different directions. He then asks Katie what will happen when he leaves the next day because he has no other friends. She assures him he'll be fine and tells him he'll make new friends who love dinosaurs as much as he does. Rick sits at the dining table with the family and sees that they're all fixed on their phones. He gets everyone to put down their phones for a moment, and Katie shows them a goodbye movie she made. And Rick doesn't take it seriously. Katie asks him why he never pays attention to the things she does, and he tells her he doesn't want her to go to California and fail. As they argue, Rick insists on finishing the movie, and they begin struggling for the laptop. The laptop then falls and breaks, and Katie gets upset and goes to her room. Linda walks up to Rick as he does the dishes and talks to him. She tells him to fix his problem with Katie before she leaves and never comes home again. Later, he walks to her room but doesn't enter. He sees a box of some of her belongings and goes to watch some old videos. He sees how much they loved each other and begins feeling bad. The following day, Katie wakes up and prepares to go to the airport. She steps outside and sees the rest of her family packing their things and putting them in the car. Rick apologizes for messing things up the night before and tells her he canceled her plane ticket so they can go on a road trip to her college. Katie then screams in agony as the journey begins. As they drive, Katie watches videos of her college friends having fun without her. Linda asks Katie to try and have some fun on the road trip, and she agrees. She makes fun of the things they do and how she got Rick to kiss their dog multiple times. Later, she talks to her friends and they begin to watch the PAL presentation of their new technology. Mark Bauman prepares for his presentation and talks to his phone, PAL. PAL is an AI he invented to behave as humanly as possible. He tells her he'll never forget her and goes on the stage. Mark throws his phone away and introduces the audience to the all-new PAL Max, a robot designed to be better than the PAL AI. As he talks, the robots begin to malfunction and attack the members of the audience. All other robots are activated and fly out of the arena. The Mitchells are on the highway and they see a dinosaur store. They stop at the store and Aaron sees that the dinosaurs there aren't accurate. As they're in the store, they meet their neighbors, the Posies. Aaron sees strange objects falling from the sky and 2 robots land in front of the store. They begin to capture the humans and the Mitchells watch as the Posies easily escape the shop. Katie eventually gets one of the robot arms and uses it to drop a dinosaur statue on them. The robots abduct people from all over the world and send them to various strange bases. Mark is taken to the leader of the robots, and he sees that their leader is his old phone pal. She treats Mark the way he treated her, and tells him humans don't care about their families and should be eradicated. As the pods arrive at PAL Labs, the giant structure emerges from underground. Meanwhile, Rick takes everyone's phones and destroys them so the robots won't be able to locate them. He instructs them to barricade the walls, and they do it with the screwdrivers he forces them to carry around. Katie gets upset when Rick refuses to hear her plan of saving the world by finding the robot's kill code. She slips out of the building and sits on the roof. Aaron joins her, and she tears out her drawing of the plan and throws it away. The robots break free from the dinosaur and see the drawing. They wonder how the humans know about the kill code. And as Katie and Aaron try getting back inside, they alert the robots. The robots then break into the building, and as they're about to capture them, Katie tells them not to capture her and that they obey. The family realizes the robots are defective and obey human instructions. The robots tell the Mitchells about the kill code and how to upload it at a nearby PAL outlet. Katie then plans on going to the outlet, but Rick refuses and decides to stay in the building. She then reminds him of how courageous he has always been and says the world needs him. As he agrees to follow the plan, Aaron commends her for finally getting in touch with Rick, but she tells him she doesn't really care about him and is just saying what he wants to hear. The Mitchells leave the building and cover their car in material that looks exactly like the road. Some robots fly past them as they drive but don't detect them. Rick tries teaching Katie how to drive, but the camouflage material comes off. The robots begin chasing them, and after a while, they escape. At the PAL Lab's head office, PAL informs Mark that all humans will be sent to space and only robots will be left on Earth. After a while, the Mitchells arrive at the PAL outlet in a mall. They rush to upload the kill code but are attacked by various appliances with PAL chips. The appliances try to stop the Mitchells from uploading the kill code, forcing them to run around the mall. As they run, they get attacked by a large toy that shoots lasers from its eyes. Rick then uses his hunting technique to capture the toy, and the rest of the family helps him. As the toy hangs on a rope, it shoots lasers from its eyes and accidentally destroys the Wi-Fi router, which shuts down all the appliances and stops the kill code from getting uploaded. Katie loses hope but gets encouraged by Rick. He gives her a speech about how they're strong because they aren't a normal family, and they begin fixing their car. They then walk out of the mall in style as it is on fire. Meanwhile, Pal gets angry because the Mitchells are still free, and she activates the elite version of the robots to take down the family. Later, the Mitchells drive out of a gas station, and as Rick sleeps, Linda tells Katie how similar she is to her dad. While driving, they arrive at PAL Labs and see all the pods where the humans are being kept. Katie tells them their plan, which is to disguise themselves as some robots and sneak into the lab, where they'll plug the kill code into PAL and shut down all the robots. Katie becomes more attached to her dad as they agree to her plans. The family captures some robots and puts them on. They walk into the lab with some other robots and avoid detection. Pal talks to the robots in the facility and instructs them to be on the lookout for the Mitchells. The Mitchells walk into a pod, and as they go up a ramp, Pal plays videos of them and says she's been watching the family and knows all about them. She then plays a video of Katie telling Aaron she doesn't care about Rick. Rick then loses concentration as he controls the pod. The pod begins losing control and crashes. The elite robots reach the pod and capture Rick and Linda. Katie and Aaron run back to the car and hide as the robots search for them. Katie then sees a video and realizes that Rick gave up everything to make her happy. She then decides to save her parents and the world no matter what. She gets in the car and straps their dog to the front as she drives towards the lab. The robots attempt to capture her. They begin to malfunction as they see the dog because they cannot differentiate it from a pig and a loaf of bread. Meanwhile, Rick is in a pod beside Mark and sees Mark watching Katie's videos. Mark tells Rick how awesome the videos are, and they see Katie driving toward the lab while using their dog as a shield. Mark shows Rick how to get out of the pod, and Rick uses his screwdriver to escape. He rushes to save Linda, and they rush to the control room to play Katie's video. Linda gets attacked by the elite robots, and Rick is forced to operate the computer on his own. Linda sees Aaron in a pod and gets angry. She takes out some of the robots and uses one as a glider. As Rick tries playing Katie's video, he gets captured by the robots, and so does Katie. Pal drops Katie from the top of the tower, and as she falls, the malfunctioning robots accompanying them help Rick and play the video. Rick then rides the robots and saves Katie before she hits the ground. Katie's movie plays, and all the robots malfunction because of the dog's face. As they fly, they get attacked by the elite robots, but use the normal robots' arms to take most of them down. As a swarm of the robots approach them, Linda appears and takes out most of them. They then get inside the control room, and Katie grabs Pal. She then throws Pal out of the building, and their dog tries catching Pal as she falls. Pal then hits the dog's face and lands in a cup of water. She begins screaming, and as she shuts down, all the other robots shut down, and the Tower of Pods falls to the ground. The humans are set free, and as the Mitchells search for Katie, she pretends to be dying and gets her dad to kiss their dog. The family then takes a picture as they celebrate their victory, and the picture appears to be horrible. A few months later, the Mitchells take Katie to college, and they tell her goodbye. She thanks Rick for subscribing to her YouTube channel, and he tells her it was easy to use the computer when he was actually frustrated while trying. Linda gives Katie a book of all their embarrassing photos, and Katie realizes that the book is heavy. They all begin making moose noises as they say their goodbyes, and the other students are freaked out. Weeks later, Katie gets on a video call with her family and shows them some work she's been doing on filters. She then asks for Aaron, and they show her he's made a new friend who loves dinosaurs. As they talk, Linda informs them that they'll receive an award for saving the world in Washington, and they decide to go on a road trip. The end. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap that bell icon to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.